Do we have any questions? Yes.
Where does Sky draw her internal organs?
The question was, where does Sky draw her internal organs? Store, sorry. Yes. Next.
Question for audio. The game is very beautiful. I'm just wondering, how did you work? How did you do it? Do you have any inspirational sources?
As for inspirational sources for the audio, well, actually, we haven't talked about inspiration for it really much more than we want something a little bit more different, and we want something maybe pretty calm to make a contrast to all other action games.
What's the story in the game?
The question is, what's the story in the game?
Well, this is kind of hard to explain on a short notice, but the story is basically that you're a person and you're on a bridge, and there's alien coming to raise your city to the ground, and yeah, you're just trying to fend them off. But there are some underlying motives behind the defense of the bridge that only the people at home base know about. So you're basically a pawn in their game. I won't spoil the details of this, but we basically have something deeper suited than just the aliens are approaching you. You have to kill them story. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Do you have any intention of multiplayer, like cooperative gaming?
The question was, do we have any intentions for multiplayer? Yes, we do. We're gonna make a co-op version, but that's gonna be later. Can you upgrade your towers or only build new ones? At the moment you can only upgrade them to one level, but I think the plan is to be able to downgrade them and upgrade at different places and such.
Is the camera only in first person?
Is the camera only in first person? Yes, at the moment it is, but it's in our wish box to put it in third person as well, to show off the model and animations and stuff.
Yeah, follow-up question on that. Right now it seems to be excuse me, quite difficult to get an overview of what's happening on the tower defense mechanic. I mean, where the monsters are, and I mean, if you need to like move or build new towers here and there, I mean, how will you easily see where the action is going on?
At the moment it's difficult to see an overview of the map. Yes, it is, but we'll be adding signs. You saw empty signs, but we'll be adding lots of information where it displays how many monsters there are left, if they're coming, how many resources you have, and such. We're hoping that it will work.
This will also be displayed through sound. They will have that information voice informing them of which sector the enemies are in and so on.
And the monsters are quite high and have like tentacles that will stick up, so you can see where they are in the maze. Any more questions?
How many different types of enemies do you have?
How many different types of enemies do we have? We have 2 at the moment, but we're hoping to include more later. Anyone else?
Is there any special tactics you can use, or is it just build a bunch of towers and run around and shoot?
If there are special tactics, at the moment there are not, because we haven't come that far in the gameplay design. But we'll be trying it out and yeah, fixing it.
Can the player get new weapons for himself to use, or can you only build towers?
If you can get more weapons to use, yes you can. At the moment you have 2 weapons, but we're planning on at least adding 1 more, but that's going to be at a later state, not after these 10 weeks.
Can you win the game or just survive as long as possible?
If you can win the game, yes you can. There's definitely an ending to our game. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but it's possible.
myself having guns, why can't I just mow down the enemies with my own weapons when I have to reload that without backing up? What's the relation there?
The question was why you can't just mow down the enemies with your weapons instead of building towers. Well, there's going to be lots of monsters. You can try. It's your choice, but you're going to fail. Any more questions? Yeah.
Can you get killed by the monsters?
If you can get killed by the monsters, no, you can't. You'll get teleported to safety by the defense system of the bridge.
If you were to fall down into the gap where the monsters are, is there a way to get back up?
If there's a way to get back up if you fall down, yes, there is. There's the elevators that you can build. Else you have to run back all the way to the beginning and start from there.
I was wondering about what elements you are hoping to achieve by making the perspective third person instead of the usual isometric view of the tower defense.
The question was why we're doing first person instead of the usual third person or overview. Well, we think it's kind of an interesting twist. It hasn't been done before, as far as we know. So we're going to try it out, and I think it's going to be great. Anyone else? Yes?
How do you lose the game?
How do you lose the game? If the enemies reach your the town enough times, then you lose. If you're interested in more, you can look us up at sanctumgame.com. There you have links for our blog as well. Thanks.